Hey guys, Ron here with Rising Sun Properties. This next video is a bit of a long one because it's a very large home for Japan standards anyways. It's in Nara and a really good example of a home you can get for, I think it's around 45,000 USD. It's 6.8 million yen. And if you go outside of the city centers and get away a little bit and okay with, some traveling, you can get there with train and bus from Osaka. And I've got the stops and the Google Maps location on there. But this is a home built in 1997, very large, two-story. It's kind of a weird build, as you'll see, but again, a very good example of homes that are out there and available for a very affordable price, especially for the size. So enjoy the tour. I'm going to put timestamps so you can navigate a little bit. Again, it's a longer video. Sayuri actually went on this tour, so she did the videos. I didn't go on this viewing. Sayuri is in our office, speaks English, one of our agents. So if you work with us, you probably have spoken with her and met her. And if you haven't worked with us yet and you sign up, you certainly will at some point. So thank you, Sayuri, for the video and enjoy the tour. Here's the drive to the property. It's in a very quiet, nice neighborhood. Here's the layout of the home. Lots going on. It's in Uda City, Nara, 6.8 million yen, two-story, 5 LDK. It's a custom-built home, built in 1997. Very large at 156 square meters. About a 5-minute walk from the station. Here it is. Haibara Station is the closest one. You got to get on a bus to this station here, and then about a 5-minute walk to the home itself. So it is doable by public transit, but you got to get a little bit outside of the city center of Osaka. Again, for this price, it's a good buy if you're okay with a little bit of travel. There's a garage there that you can fit a small car in this covered walk path to get into the home. As I said, you'll see it's a very interesting build, custom build, so that just means someone designed it themselves. It wasn't just from one of the builders that you can pick out of a catalog kind of thing. Very interesting because it has a place for many, I think 3 washing machines, many rooms. So it might have been something like a work kind of dorm for a business. Not really sure what's going on. But again, a very nice house for the price especially. There's a bit of a balcony. See the neighborhood. Looks like all the homes are being lived in. And not like a ran down neighborhood where they're all empty and falling apart. That's never a good sign. So, you're a bit in nature. You're seeing the mountains around. The yard is going to look a lot better once it's cleaned up. So there is a bit to do. I wouldn't say this is turnkey. There are going to be some things you need to update in the home, but I don't think it's going to take too much. Wallpaper does need to be replaced, and that could be kind of a large a bill just because it's such a big home. But I think for what it is right now, the wallpaper's fine. Here's the entranceway and your shoebox and some storage as you walk in. Very high doors. Here's some storage underneath the stairs. There's a walk-in closet upstairs. This is a steel frame built on concrete. There is a view underneath the floor in the kitchen, and it looks okay. You can't really see too much because it's dark and didn't get underneath there, but everything looked okay. At the end of the video, we do a tour around the foundation. Everything looks okay. Here's a sunroof patio. And you can see you do have some space from the neighbors with a bit of a yard, if you'll call it that. It's all concrete really, but definitely has potential. You can put some plants and trees there. The first room off to the right. Plenty of closet space as usual. The tatami does need to be replaced. I think it's okay the way it is right now, but eventually would want to replace that. Do need to add aircons. Here's a look onto that patio. So upstairs and downstairs, you can walk all the way around. To the right here, we have the laundry room and the bath area. There are 3 hookups for washing machines. Again, kind of a strange build. It looks like they both have, all 3 of them have both hot and cold water. I rarely see that here in Japan. Usually it's only cold for some reason. Here is the bath area. It looks a bit like an onsen. I guess I don't know if a bunch of people are living here. A couple people could take a shower together, but it's still a little bit small for multiple people, but plenty big enough for one. Got the vent and what looks to be a heater in there. I'm sure it needs to be replaced. Tub is quite big. Does have 2 toilets, one on each floor. Somebody asked why Japanese homes don't have 2 baths. I'm not really sure. Even this home only has 1 bath on the first floor, but it does have a sink next to the toilet, so that's nice. Here's the sink on the first floor. Kitchen ahead, you can see a place where we will go upstairs. We'll do that a little bit later. Again, the sink looks a little bit dated, might want to be upgraded. Sure, it's fine the way it is right now. Here is a garage area, although you can't really, put any vehicles in here, but maybe bicycles. There is a double door at the end where you can bring things in, but maybe just some storage. This is public sewage, public water, and propane gas. So there is some space around the house and you're not directly, butted up against other homes. That's always nice. Does seem to have a lot of potential. This home is probably going to be a little bit too big for most, but if you do want a family style home, if you're looking to be more permanently in Japan or have a large family, want to have people over, maybe it's a good option for you. It is cheap, but when you think about the expenses of, needing to put in aircon, paying for utilities once you are using it, those kind of expenses will be higher than a smaller home, of course. The kitchen looked okay, but the stove I think needs to be replaced. Obviously there's no door on the grill there. But it was, pretty clean and looks like it was upkept. Just was heavily used. Again, the layout kind of tells you there's a lot of people living in the home, so a lot of normal wear and tear. You see these once in a while, these slider storage containers underneath the kitchen floor. Saudi does a good job popping it out so we can take a look underneath. Foundation looks okay from these pictures. It's concrete, built in 97, didn't see much cracking, so I think the foundation should be okay. You see the walls are discolored and could really do with some new wallpaper. A home this size, I would guess it would be around, maybe close to 500 to 700,000 yen. That's maybe about 3,500, 4,000 USD. Got this living room area, a bit of a tatami spot in the corner. There's a place for your aircon and a place that looks like they were hanging up clothes. There's a couple of them in this room. Again, which tells you this is probably was used for a work, business dorm. It's pretty common here in Japan. Now up to the second floor. Pretty nice layout. Plenty of space, plenty of rooms, walk-in closet. You can walk all the way around. There's even an attic storage space up here that we get into. Patios on multiple sides. So not a huge patio, but some space out there. See, there are shutters and a very nice view. Lots of mountains, fresh air, out of the city. Some of our clients are looking for homes pretty much exactly like this, where it's off the beaten path, it's got a nice view, some space, affordable. This is definitely, again, very affordable for the price. One of the rooms with wooden floors. Maybe used as more like a living room, but can definitely be used as a bedroom. Couple sliders separating another room here with tatami. Couple shots to get different angles of these rooms. Walks down the hallway, another toilet, the second toilet here on the right. Not a washlet, not baby pink or baby blue, but it looks like it's a bit older and can maybe use an upgrade as well. Here's that second sink. So nice to have. Again, no shower up here, but just a second sink is nice to have. Brushing teeth, getting ready for bed. Bay window letting some light in there. Smaller room here. And some more balcony space. Those shutters aren't open, but when you open them, there's plenty of natural light coming through already, so there would be a lot of natural light coming into this home. Here's that walk-in closet in between two rooms. Reminds me of some casinos in Las Vegas. With the sky pattern on the walls, very interesting choice, but there it is. Could even be used as another bedroom. There's plenty of rooms already, but this is just some storage closet area in between two rooms. You see that sometimes in Japan, that design. I don't remember seeing that in America too much. Here's a third room. You see lots of scuffs and something going on the walls there. Again, not dirty though, and everything looks to be in good condition. Just needs a little TLC. Look out the front, there's the rooftop balcony. And walking all the way around. Back to where we started. So at 155 square meters, this is a very large home in Japan. Maybe not ideal for, somebody that's looking just for a holiday getaway that's a little bit smaller, closer to the city. You've seen some of the videos I've posted for homes in the same price range. They're nowhere near as big or as in good condition as this home. Again, that's kind of the pros and cons you have to weigh out when thinking about buying here in Japan. And a quick look up into the attic. Basically some storage space, but again, everything looks clean. Not seeing much water damage at all on the ceiling, so that's a great sign. We do cover all areas of Japan. We're based out of Nagoya, We spent a lot of time in Kansai, Tokyo, Chiba, Shizuoka, but if you're looking at other places, reach out. If it makes sense for both of us, we can definitely talk about it and see if we are a good fit to work together. Here's a bit of a look around the outside at the foundation and the walls. Again, visibly can't see too much of an issue or things to worry about. In the end, we would definitely need an inspector. Inspection on a home like this, being so large, it would be probably closer to 200,000 yen, which is maybe, 1700 USD. But regardless, always recommend getting an inspection, just so there's no surprises. And the inspectors always tell you, they give you places, things that need upgraded, and a timeline. They'll say this is the 1 year thing that needs to be upgraded. This water heater is 15 years old and has a life of 15 years, so you might need to upgrade that. And they give you a pretty good breakdown of things you'll need to think about when improving the home. So at 1997, this isn't super old, but it does have some age to it. My last video, I was in homes from, I think, the 60s. So those old Akiyas can get very old and deteriorate. So this home is in quite good condition. So that is the tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in this property or any others in Japan, here's my contact information. You can email me or reach out via WhatsApp. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.